Niall Collins. Welcome to
Garry, how are you?
Barstool. I'm good. We're in the Cedars in
Yep,
Raheny in Dublin.
it's not a very salubrious modern boozer, but it's whatever 8 minutes walk from the house, and it's been my local since I was a kid. So
If you were an architect, you would be saying you're much more into the function than the form, let's just say.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
So it's 8 minutes from your house. There must be other reasons why it's your favorite pub.
It's look, there's it's like I said. I mean, it was the local from when we were kids. Well, it was either that or the Shield Hotel. I don't remember the Shield Hotel,
Mm,
and
yeah.
the Shield got converted to apartments about, I don't know, 15 years ago. So yeah, basically you grew up there. All my friends were there. I was there at the weekend. My buddy's back from Australia for the first time in 5 years, and we were there twice over the weekend because that's where we go to meet up. Like, and that's the way it's always been. I did flirt with other pubs in Raheny village, but the Cedars, like I said, it's 8 minutes from the house, so it was always more convenient.
And is your name etched anywhere under one of those bars or anywhere from being bold when you were a kid?
I did get into trouble a couple of times, but no, I think overall I'm still welcome in there in any way. So
That's So it's amazing, and we probably don't see enough of it anymore. But you mentioned there that this is effectively your childhood bar,
yeah,
not your childhood, but your young adult bar, and now it's your as a so you were managed to live in the community that shaped you.
yeah. So like I bought my first house in Clare Hall, 1997. We moved in there, and then in 2007 we moved back to Foxfield. So I'm 11 doors from my mammy, and great for when the kids went to the Gael school up the road and stuff. So it was handy for my parents would collect them, and now my kids are all grown up and we're minding them a bit as well. So it's all cycles. So
Isn't that the truth, Niall? Isn't that the
yeah,
truth? They say the children become the adults and the adults become the children. But
yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
And
so
certainly when we're in the Cedars with my kids, I'm probably the child out of out of the five of us when the five of us are there. So
So you get the
um,
Tato crisps and the TK red lemonade. Is that what you're saying?
I wouldn't say that, no, but I
No.
probably act the most childish out of the five of us in the house. So
Listen, this grown up thing is way over
it is, yeah,
exaggerated. It's way over exaggerated. So listen, we're sitting there, you and I, barman knows you, knows every generation of you, and the door opens. There's a person there. Who is it, dead or alive, that you'd love to call over and have a chat with?
yeah. Look, there's a few. As far as dead is concerned, I would love to have been able to have a few beers with Dean Martin or Frank Sinatra. I just thought that era and them the Rat Pack characters and all were just great. And then when you look at the old movies and the clips of their shows and stuff, I'd say they would have been great crack. But alive, it would have to be like I'm a big United fan, so and Roy Keane was such an inspirational character. It would have to probably be Roy Keane. And if Roy's a bit of a grumpy old git, so if Roy refused to go to the Cedars, I'm a big U2 fan, so probably Bono. A lot of Irish people hate Bono, and I get it, but I
Uh,
loved him. I loved the music, and he did a lot for charity and stuff, and he's just a very interesting character. Like, so, I think Roy probably edge him a bit because
yeah.
I think he's a bit of crack, like. So
Do you know it's interesting, isn't it, about Roy Keane as a player? He was just phenomenal. He had the edge. But I
he,
think
he
he's sort of shown a different Roy Keane now, and you don't know
Yeah,
whether
well,
that
that's what I was about to say. Like, if you look at him now in doing the punditry work
yeah.
and on the overlap and all, he actually has a great sense of humor. You know what I mean? Whereas when he was the captain, he was always like this ice cold character. You know what I mean? So, but I just think he's great for TV. So
A great story too. I mean, ultimately, we have to look at people's beginnings and where they end up. And if you wanted a tough adverse, riddled start in life, and you were looking for an
Yeah.
exemplar for where skill, determination, and application can get you. He's right
Even
there.
yeah, if you listen to some of the talks in, the way he did that overlap tour with Gary Neville and
Yes.
Jamie Carragher, and
Hmm.
some of the stories and how focused he was, and even if you listen to some of the past players that played with him,
Yeah.
he was just the ultra professional, and I don't think there's any like him anymore. You know what I mean? So, well, in today's in the Premier League, if you're looking at the Premier League now, so.
Certainly very few in United. Did I say that? Did I say that, or did that just come from a different
Listen,
place?
myself and my son were over at the Bournemouth match there before Christmas when they got beat 3-0, and they should have lost 5-0. It was like,
Okay.
I've been over to, I don't know how countless matches, but that was by far and away the worst performance that I've ever been to, and it was like, it wasn't enjoyable.
Let's
So,
just say that this is a light-hearted show, and we want people to be uplifted by some of your stories.
yeah,
Probably
don't
isn't
go to
good.
United
We
matches.
probably need to move ourselves on. So
Yeah.
productivity. How do you keep being productive?
Look, I do love. Obviously, I'm not. Sorry, I'm not just involved in the data centers, like
Hmm.
in Commscope. I'm also dealing in like pharma, commercial projects, finance projects. So you're
Hmm.
meeting all different people and all their different installation partners. Day in, day out, and it is a. I mean, we spoke before about the different characters within the industry, and it's full of great characters. So every day is different. I look. I'd never get a job working in a library covering books or something. I love talking to people and meeting people and working on projects and stuff. So from that point of view, that was, I think it was Mark Twain said, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life, or something like that. And I wouldn't say that much. If I won the lotto tonight, I probably won't work next month. But
I know.
I do love our industry and the characters in it. It's great crack. So that motivates me day in, day out. But I come from, my parents were hard workers. My siblings, while we're all in different industries and all, we've all done well for ourselves. We all work hard, and even my kids now. Like my eldest is starting her second masters at night. The middle child is doing a master's down in Limerick and works 2 nights a week. And even my son is doing an apprenticeship, but even when he was doing his leaving cert, was working as a kitchen porter. So there's a good sort of, seems to be a
Yeah.
good work ethic within the family. Like, and we all work hard. My wife works hard as well. I better mention Lindsay as well.
I was going to bring back that one, but
No, yeah, get myself
absolutely,
into trouble.
you're right. But
Yeah,
absolutely,
but look, I mean, I wouldn't lie to you. I love the thrill of winning the order, like, and
yeah.
chasing the sale sort of thing as well. Like, but so it's easy to stay. Well, I feel it's easy to stay motivated
But
from
there's a
that
bit
point
of
of view.
learning there's a bit of learnings there as well, Niall, for younger listeners that ultimately, as you go through your career, uh, you don't have to know everything. You don't have to walk around with all the knowledge, particularly now where you have it at your fingertips. It's the
Yeah,
it's the relationship stuff that really, as you move on in your career, you enjoy most, isn't it? The relationship.
yeah. I mean, when I've a call later, and then I have to go into the city centre to do an inspection in the site. So it's the business is totally different as well. You're kept occupied and kept busy all the time with different things. So my steel tip boots and my high vis and hard hat will be going on me later. So it's
Those
good
hats
from
are
that point of
handy.
view.
Those hats are very handy. When back in the day, that used to be a target. If you'd always see the lads walking around, and you'd know that hammer that slipped, the unfortunate hammer that slipped. How many unfortunate hammers slipped on a boss man or an architect's head? So let's just finish it off with you mentioned £1,000,000 if you won the lotto, but
Yeah.
you won £1,000,000 and you had to do good with it. What would you do?
Well, look, I mean, a million quid's not that much anymore, really. So I think, you're not going to change the world, but I suppose, look, and COVID sort of brought it to the forefront. My kids are involved in Order Malta in the Raheny unit, but during COVID, you seen like the local community groups, raise their game. Even like the Raheny GA club were delivering food to the older people within the community and stuff. So it's great to see things like that. So look, they're trying to raise funds for a new ambulance, the Raheny unit. So I'd probably throw some money at them and the scouts and stuff. I just think if you work on the small things, that the community, if you raise kids well in the community, they will turn out to be good kids when they're older, or good adults, I should say, when they're older. So that'll in turn should make a big difference. So I think if I had £1,000,000 to waste, it would probably be within the local community.
And you always need someone to pick you up when you break that leg playing five-a-side.
I'm hoping, one of them. There's a couple. They've done some great work around the community, putting in the defibrillator. So if I ever need one, at least one of the kids will know how to use it. So, unless their mother pays them off and they just leave me there, I don't know.
The things we notice now when we get a bit older.
Oh, great! There's another defibrillator by the bank.
Maybe these walking tours that you have, and you go to these plaques. So this is where Bono played his first song. Yeah. Maybe what we could do is set a nap for the nearest defibrillator. We just do a walk and talk, one defibrillator at a time. Like it. We've just come up with a new business idea. Niall, it's been great. All right, thanks a million.
Yeah, chat to you soon.
Yeah, we've covered a lot, but it's been a short time. So take it easy and thank you for your time.
All right, cheers. See you later.